Hey guys, welcome to another Cosmic Fury review. Now we're finally at the midpoint of the season. This is the season's filler episode. I have a lot of issues with this episode. I'm going to pretty much rate this one the same as episode 1. They have the same rating but for different reasons. From the various issues from the previous episodes and not having a lot of time in the season to explain a lot of things, it knocks the points down from here. And now I don't hate the episode because they do the whole rock band. I thought that was fun and clever and cool and cute. It brought everyone together basically. They finally finished the cockpit construction. So we get introduced to a new Zord, which is cool, but at the same time, that's like one of my core issues I have with Cosmic Fury. I guess I should start there. Now, I don't have a problem when they brought in Q Ranger for the Zord footage, and that was going to be a very complicated thing to do because they have 12 Zords they can pick from. They have to construct the episodes with all that Zord footage, and they're not going to be able to use every single Zord. And it's going to be fairly difficult to integrate all those Zords into just 10 episodes. But I ultimately don't really care about the Cosmic Fury Zords. Now, you know, in Power Rangers, the Zords are a very integral part of the franchise. We have the Megazord fights. The Zords are companions in many cases, or you fall in love with them because of, you know, the Rangers using them and they're part of their power set and whatnot. In Cosmic Fury's case, because they're just mix and match, anyone can use the Zords for, you know, footage purposes. There's real no connection there. On top of, like, when we finally get like Zayto to come back, he's, you know, unlocking this new Dragon Zord, and it's not even his color or anything. It's just purple. So they're just basically a one big plot device. Where did they come from? Why were they sealed away? Why were some Zords on different planets? The only basic explanation, you know, I can come up with is that these belong to a past PR team that failed and died, and some of the Zords were sealed away properly, other Zords were, you know, lost to whatever major battle that occurred in that season storyline. Now, I'll go into that in more detail when we get up to Fern's episode. Not everything is horrible. I do like the J-Borg Jane news interview moments because, again, we need to see progress report on what's going on, and we know Earth is kind of falling apart. Most of the Rangers on Earth could not do anything because their Zords are disabled. People around the globe are being put into these internment camps, basically. And I do have to commend J-Borg, Jane, and the camera crew. It's basically painting a target right on them because, you know, the Squid Incorporated and Zed, they can just track the video feed and just find out where they are pretty much within minutes. So they're running for their lives. So you have to commend them on that part. The monster costumes were a creative way to get them in. I recognize actually some of the parts that they actually wore. If you look closely, Aeon's outfit is using the torso piece from Blaze and Roxy's Avatar suits. I think all the other monsters things are taken from various Halloween episodes from throughout probably Samurai to present day. It does showcase, you know, the monsters a little bit more. We get a little bit of backstory. We could see that Squid Inc. is a much more larger conglomerate than you think, and actually fairly smart. They take their resources from abandoned planets, and it does work into the story that, oh, they found a Zord nearby, and they're like 1,000% more intelligent than the villain that's in the Marvels movie, for example. It's just that this is kind of your bog standard PR episode, and, you know, for a season that's just 10 episodes, it's not really much to it, and ultimately the episode is just really to facilitate the Japanese footage again versus doing really anything with the main characters bar, you know, Fern being more used in the story, which, you know, that's good, and completing the cockpit construction on, you know, Iridus. I think if the Rangers had cared more about the Cosmic Fury Zords, or if they did, I think maybe a couple of scenes on Earth, I think that's what would have made the episode a little bit more. If they had just initiated the plan, we didn't see them doing the rock out stuff, and we had gone back to Earth, maybe we focused on Jane and J-Borg, or Tarek, for example, we can get to see bits and pieces here. I think this is where it would have been very beneficial if they had filmed additional material when they were doing the Once and Always special. Because, you know, they did so many things in Once and Always. They brought back a lot of the old sets, like the juice bar, the command center, and obviously I'm not expecting them to have the actors from Once and Always be in Cosmic Fury. We already had Billy. That's good enough. I'm not really asking for that. But it would have been cool if they had reused the juice bar set. It would have been nice to see Jane and J-Borg be there. Maybe we would have seen, you know, an invasion come in, steal people. We could have gotten more stuff in there rather than just a news report. And they could have potentially also filmed additional stuff with Alpha 5 in the command center prior to, you know, concluding Once and Always. Just bits and pieces there. That would have been a really good way to reuse the command center set. It would have added to the story. It would have kept Earth more active rather than just having them on screen. I think that's what it is mostly. I understand the whole isolation aspect of the story that they're trying to tell. You know, the main Cosmic Fury Rangers are stuck on planets. They can't get back to Earth. But always seeing Earth through the screen, that sucks. This would have also been a perfect place to do an entire story on the Cosmic Fury Zords. I think it would have been interesting if we have Aeon, we have Amelia, we have Zayto. They can read minds. Or maybe they can, you know, read the minds of the Zords, and we could have gotten flashbacks of what happened to them. Were they only created by the Morphing Masters? Is that the reason why they were just sealed away on Zordania? Was there a previous Power Ranger season that we don't know about and they died? You could have actually used this to link to any of the Megaforce Ranger suits that have no explanation to them, and you could have like, oh, they were part of this season. Or this would have been the perfect place to use the Q Ranger suits. If it had to be a filler and it had to unlock a Zord for, you know, important footage, it would have been a good way to introduce us to the past of the Zords. A way around of casting people, it would have been a kind of a cool way if they could have used Amelia, Aeon, and Zayto, because they're reading the Zords, just be the replacement voices for those Rangers, and then we would have just seen their fate. And I'm always protective of the Zords because they are an important integral part of the series, and they should be used as such rather than just being, you know, objects and just like whatever here. Oh, Mick needs a Zord, here, go and take it. Oh, we need to get to another planet, here, go, we'll just take whatever. Oh, the footage has the Pink Ranger, but Javi has to use it, and it doesn't really make any sense. Whatever, here, go and use it. It's all interchangeable. And if we had a choice of the Cosmic Fury Zords background and seeing the Q Ranger suits in some capacity, I would have taken that. But what did you guys think? Did you enjoy the whole band moment thing? It was kind of funny. Or did you actually like it because, oh, it's a break episode, we went through a lot of plot, new powers, new Zords, Fern, oh my god. Also, they brought back a couple of, you know, old characters like Scrozzle. This episode was a weak one. It was not terrible, but it was just, you know, hampered down from the various issues that we've built up through this season. Now, hopefully this is the last time we have a low point.